This is the continuing story of Peyton Place. Starring Dorothy Malone as Constance Mackenzie, Warner Anderson as Matthew Swain, Ed Nelson as Michael Rossi, and Mia Farrow as Alison Mackenzie.
Has passed since Betty Harrington left the hospital after the auto accident with Rod. Autumn has come to Peyton Place with its chill and rain.
No sign of Betty, George, none at all.
I think I can swing it. License, office, advertising.
George, it's after 1 o'clock. Aren't you even worried?
What can I do?
Well, finish your insurance layout. You'll want to show it to her when she comes home.
Right. Now, I had a central directory around here somewhere. Did you see it?
No, George.
I think I was working on it up in Betty's room. When she came home from the hospital, she was helping me.
I would have seen it when I cleaned.
I need that directory.
Borrow one from Les Harrington.
No.
Well, you need it.
I need it, yeah, but I don't need him.
George, look. I mean, you know good businessmen do favors for each other all the time. Les is a good businessman.
He's had lots of practice. While Frank Barrows and Jed Clark and I were in the South Pacific, he had a lot of time to practice. Clever Leslie Harrington, high school politician. Brawny, bonehead George Anderson, athlete, running nowhere.
You were a fine athlete, George. You even had scholarship offers.
Sure, I had them. What happened to them? Why couldn't I take any of them?
Only you had.
Oh, if only I had. If only a million other guys had. Why didn't I, Julie?
The war.
The war.
It ended so many things.
Yeah, one of those things was my chance to be someone.
Oh, George, you are someone. My husband, Betty's father.
Leslie Harrington. He had a separated shoulder. I wonder how he got that. Wheeling and dealing. And while I was face down in the mud, he was selling war bonds and marrying the boss's daughter.
What are you afraid of, George?
Yeah, he sold war bonds. While I killed 15 men. 15 men that were close enough to me to spit on. Does anybody remember that?
I do.
Oh, what it cost me.
I remember, George.
You were proud of me then.
Who had a better right?
You were proud of me.
And a little crazy. Running off to White River your first night home.
Yeah. Oh, the minister. He thought something was wrong.
Well, I was very young.
Yeah, but he didn't say no.
How could he? You had the look of a hero.
I worried that night, too. The rain. Just like tonight.
George, maybe we should call someone.
Who?
Someone. Maybe the police.
No.
Well, George,
And don't try calling the Harringtons either. If you do, I'll rip the phone out.
Look, if something's happened...
Now, Rod has learned his lesson. Nothing's happened.
Rodney?
Well, he'll be extra careful on a night like this.
A night like this, George?
It's raining.
A night like this, George? Where are they? Look, where is Betty?
Do you, Betty Anderson, solemnly declare before Almighty God, the searcher of all hearts, that you do take this man, Rodney Harrington, to be your lawful wedded husband? Do you promise to love, honor, and cherish him in sickness and in health, forsaking all others, cleave only unto him as long as ye both shall live?
I do.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by this state, I now declare you man and wife, whom God hath joined together, let no man put asunder. You may kiss your wife now, Mr. Harrington.
Why shouldn't they?
Does he love her?
Well, he will.
He will!
Yes.
George, do something. Do something you haven't done in a very long time. Put your arms around me and hold me. Hold me gently. She told him she lost the baby, didn't she? She told him the truth. Tell me that.
I have to find that brochure.
George, tell me she's not going into that house, not that way.
She'll be happy.
When they find out the truth.
They'll get used to it.
Oh, George!
They will.
How?
All they need is time. She will make them love her. They won't be able to help themselves. She will make them love her like I do.
They will hate her, George.
No.
Don't you know they'll hate her?
No.
How could you do it? Oh, George. How could you do it to Betty?
Look at that rain.
I used to like rain.
Why?
Oh, it made me feel...
Sad?
Oh, I didn't feel sad. I just liked to see it.
Oh, I hated it. Then staying indoors instead of being outside playing ball. I was very athletic in those days.
Home run, Harrington.
I never saw you hit a home run.
Against Eden Hill, 2 men on base?
I didn't see that game.
Oh, well, that was my big moment, my big baseball moment. I had this kooky idea that there'd be a major league scout in the stands.
Did you really?
Did I really? No. No, I didn't really. I'm just talking, Betty.
I know, Rod.
What are you having there?
Nothing much.
Hey, you know what? I'll bet they didn't think we were really married.
They wouldn't have rented us the room.
Yeah. Maybe that's the trouble. Maybe if they didn't... Oh, what's the use of blaming it on them?
Do you have to blame anyone, Rod?
No. No, I'm sorry.
I wasn't taking it personally.
Oh, I didn't mean it personally. You think this could be an old master? You know, the kind you keep reading about? A genuine master by Leonardo, and this young genius comes along and discovers it? Am I a genius, Betty?
No. Do you want to be one?
What would I do with all those brains? That's my brother's department. Me, I was the big man on campus. Except I won't be on campus now.
You don't have to quit school.
Oh, I'd rather work.
You ought to finish college.
What for?
I don't want you to quit, Rod.
Betty, don't start telling me what to do.
All right, Rod.
I mean, don't treat me like a husband.
I was only saying.
You were telling me. Don't tell me things. I've seen enough of that.
All right.
I just don't want it, that's all. Man has to step out of his house in this country just to be a man.
Rod, you're just saying things.
I know them.
Well, I don't.
You're gonna be different?
Yes.
Our first married quarrel.
Wasn't a quarrel.
Discussion.
Maybe an explanation. Rod, don't start judging me.
I'm not.
Wait, Rod, please wait.
Wait.
Please wait.
Betty. You must be tired.
A little.
It's late.
We don't have to get up early.
Oh, I don't know. Hey, you know, you better start taking care of yourself.
I'm getting undressed.
Okay.
Would you have anything?
No. I'm gonna go out on the porch.
You don't have to. I sound quaint. You don't have to go out on the porch. It sounds like one of those movies.
Don't be embarrassed, my dear. I shan't peek. I promise you that on my honor as a king's grenadier.
A queen's grenadier.
Oh, well, this is a late movie. Cold out here. You'll catch cold.
Would you mind?
Oh, come on.
Would you?
Yes.
Rod,
Look, you're shivering. Come on, let's go inside.
not yet.
It's cold.
His bathrobe's warm.
It's jazzy.
It's not very seductive.
Why not?
My father, he wouldn't have liked it.
Will your father like this?
What about your father?
Oh, he won't mind.
But he...
What?
Nothing.
Come on, let's go inside.
Not yet. I like the rain.
You said you used to like it.
I still do.
You know, it wasn't a bad summer.
Yeah.
If only...
What?
Oh, I don't know, Betty. There's some things I just don't understand, that's all.
You're talking about Alison?
I mean everything. I don't want to hurt you again. But I can't make promises. Oh, I have been thinking and thinking about this. Well, I'm going to try.
What?
Now, I'm being honest. I don't know what I feel. All I know is we're married now. And at least we have a reason for it. Oh, I'm not saying this right.
Don't say anything, Rod. Don't say anything. Don't.
Hey.
Don't say anything.
No, Betty.
Let's drive home, Rod.
Where?
Home.
Betty, open the door.
What woke you up?
Oh, the thunder.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, they warm that milk for you?
I'm not a little girl anymore. Although I suppose I'm too young for insomnia. Can I get you something?
I'll join you in the milk.
We're model citizens. Mother,
What were you going to say?
wasn't important. Besides, I don't think you'd know the answer.
I haven't heard the question. Would Rodney know?
Rodney's like me, a questioner.
I have a hunch you taught him that.
Even trade. He taught me something.
I think he could have at least called.
I saw him the day after the accident.
Not since.
Mother, you know what I'm going to do tomorrow? I'm going to make you a dress.
Well, we'll shop for the material together.
Bright, blazing, fire engine red material.
Isn't that a little unpaid place?
It might be fun. And if you don't wear it, I will. Down, slaves. You may worship by appointment only.
Even so, red. Isn't white more the color of
Purity? Mother, I do believe in truth, in respect. Things that you and Uncle Matt have told me.
good things?
Empty things. Oh, don't look like that. By empty, I mean if they exist alone. Empty things. That's all I could give to Rod. And they meant nothing.
What makes you think so?
Because I'm here, because I'm talking to you, because I'm saying what I am.
I'm sorry you feel that way, Alison.
I don't want to.
Then what?
Just put away the empty things.
Wish you wouldn't say that.
But it's true. They are empty. Dreaming. Looking at the raindrops. Pretending they're tears.
Aren't they? Aren't they tears? Alison, I wish I knew something to say to you.
Well, good morning. An occasion.
Don't get up. It's not really an occasion. Oh, don't ring, unless you want something. I'll eat later, in my room, alone as usual.
How are you feeling, Catherine?
The same.
I'm sorry to hear it.
Why should you be sorry? You agree with Dr. Morton, don't you? That it's all in my sick little head?
Well, I also believe him when he tells me that your pain is just as real.
How considerate of you.
Are you sure you won't have some breakfast with me now that you're downstairs?
In a few minutes, you'll be running off to your busy, busy life and your efficient secretary.
Catherine, if I understand you correctly, and I believe I do, Julie Anderson isn't my secretary anymore. I think we'll have to find other things to talk about from now on.
Are other people?
Catherine, maybe we had better simply talk about ourselves.
It might be the way to...
Good morning.
Good morning, Norman.
Good morning.
Morning, Dad. Feeling better, Mother?
Yes.
Where's Rod?
Rod?
Yes, Rod.
He probably left early.
I guess so.
Norman,
Yes?
where is Rod?
I don't know, Dad. Well, he wasn't here.
Leslie,
I have to go now.
what's happened to Rod?
I'm not sure yet.
What do you think has happened?
What do you think?
Did you let him marry that girl?
Mother, you don't even know Betty Anderson.
Who's there?
It's me, George.
Oh. Come on in, Les. How are you? Coffee?
Is Betty here?
No, she's not, Les.
She didn't come home last night, Les.
Did she call?
No.
They'll be all right, Les.
How do you know?
Because they'll be all right.
Julie, can I talk to George?
Well, get us some coffee, will you, sweetheart? Sit down, Les. I guess I ought to tell you I'm going back into the insurance business.
Again?
Yeah. This time I'll make it.
This is pretty stupid, George.
Look, I know about the insurance business. I'm sorry to leave you flat like this, but you can always get another salesman.
I can get a dozen salesmen.
Well, that's what I figured. Of course,
You knew they were going to do it.
Well, why shouldn't they do it?
Why should they?
Oh, you think Rod's too good for Betty?
I didn't say that.
Well, you're saying something, Les.
I'm saying that if you had any sense, you'd know the cards are stacked against them. They're just a couple of kids. Wild kids.
Betty is not wild.
What do you call it, George?
That's enough about Betty.
I offered her an alternative.
Some alternative. Run away to New York, hide out.
She told you about that?
Yes, you bet she did.
And you advised her?
That's exactly what I did.
Oh, stop it.
Well, if he thinks he can come in, let's...
George, stop it.
You and I are going to have a nice long talk, young lady.
Did you ever think something through? For once in your life, did you ever think something through?
George! Oh, Lisa. Oh, Les.
Never mind, Johnny. George, if they are married, I'm going to try to forget about this. Let's give them a chance. If they have one.
That's very nice of you, Les.
Goodbye, Johnny.
I'm sorry, Les. We ought to give you a medal. We ought to give you a medal to put in that box with the ones you got for killing those 15 men.
Preview from the continuing story of Peyton Place.
Alison, I want you to know before you hear the talk. We went to White River last night.
White River?
Rod and I are married. Does my marriage to Rod defeat you?
A surprise.
That he picked me?
He didn't pick you, Betty. He married you, but he didn't pick you.